What if one morning, as the first light spills through your window, you realize the worries that once gnawed at your soul simply don't matter anymore? Not because you've surrendered, but because you've uncovered a wisdom so deep it feels like a warm hand on your shoulder, guiding you to what truly counts. I've sat with hundreds of radiant seniors, people whose eyes sparkle with stories, and I have seen a pattern emerge, a quiet revolution in the happiest hearts past 70. It's not perfect health or endless wealth that lights them up. It's the art of letting go, a skill honed over decades, as natural as breathing. Today, I'm pulling up a chair to share 8 things, yes, 8, that fade into irrelevance after 70, backed by science and whispered by souls across America. These aren't just lessons, they're keys to a freedom you've earned, a lightness that lifts the weight of expectation. If you've ever felt tangled in life's shoulds or wondered if you're aging all wrong, this is for you. So, where are you today? Drop your city in the comments. I'd love to picture you there. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button, because this journey is about wisdom that changes everything. Let's start with something that's probably haunted you since you were a kid. 1. The whispers of others' judgments. Remember those nights, lying in bed, the clock ticking past midnight, replaying a clumsy word or a sidelong glance? Someone's opinion, sharp as a splinter, could lodge in your mind, steering your choices like an unseen compass. But past 70, something shifts. Those voices lose their volume, fading into a distant hum. It's not apathy, it's clarity. Take Ellen, 76, a retired librarian from Oregon with a grin that crinkles her whole face. She spent years molding herself to fit, her sweaters muted, her words measured, all to dodge a raised eyebrow. I was a chameleon, she'd laugh, blending into everyone else's wallpaper. Her turning point came on a rainy Tuesday, standing in her kitchen, flour dusting her hands as she baked bread. She'd swapped her usual beige cardigan for a sunflower yellow scarf, just because it felt right. Her neighbor peeked through the window, frowned, and Ellen froze. Then, like a dam breaking, she thought, wow, am I still auditioning? She wore that scarf all week, baked extra loaves to share, and started speaking up at town meetings, voice steady, opinions unfiltered. I'm happier at 76 than I was at 40, she says, kneading dough with a rhythm all her own. Not because life's perfect, but because it's mine. Science backs her up. As we age, our brains tilt toward emotional peace, not social applause, a gift of evolution, not decline. You're not rude or reckless, you've just learned what's worth hearing. Your doctor's advice? That sticks. A stranger's sneer about your bright shoes. It drifts away like smoke. Letting go of others' judgments doesn't shrink your world. It widens it, freeing energy for the garden you love, the laugh you've held back. What's one judgment you could shrug off today? What's waiting to bloom when you do? 2. Chasing the latest craze. Our world hums with a relentless tune. Keep up or fade out. New gadgets, skinny jeans, viral diets. Miss them, and you're yesterday's news. But past 70, a quiet truth settles in. Trends are fleeting, but living true endures. Meet Henry, 80, a former mechanic from Texas with hands calloused from years of fixing what's broken. He used to chase every tech upgrade, his desk littered with manuals he'd barely crack. I'd buy the new phone before the old one's battery died, he says, shaking his head. Didn't need it, just didn't want to look ancient. Then, his grandson Sam, 14, and wise beyond his years, tilted his head one day over a root beer. "Pop, you only text me and call Nana. Why the fancy phone? Henry froze, the fizz tickling his nose. He traded his touchscreen for a flip phone, simple and sturdy. The cash he saved? It bought fishing rods and gas for lake trips with Sam. Days of sun on water, stories swapped over tangled lines. No app beats that, he grins, baiting a hook. Trends, he learned, are a machine, built to make you feel lacking. But you've seen bell-bottoms cycle twice, watched miracle diets fizzle. You know what lasts. Psychologically, it's liberating, choosing tools and styles that fit you, not the ads. Medically, it's smart, less clutter, more calm. Love a new app that connects you to family? Grab it. But if it's just noise, let it pass. What trend's been tugging at you? What would freedom feel like if you let it go? 3. Measuring up to someone else. From schoolyard races to retirement brags, we're handed a yardstick. How do you stack up? Bigger house? Shinier kids? Fuller calendar? Comparison's a reflex. But past 70, it unravels. Your life's beauty isn't a contest. Consider Ruth, 77, a soft-spoken florist from Georgia. She used to envy her friend Clara's picture-perfect world. Grandkids galore, a husband in suits, postcard holidays. My life felt small, Ruth admits, her fingers tracing a daisy's edge. Divorced, one son far away, arthritis slowing me down. Then, at her 77th birthday, surrounded by mismatched chairs and laughter, it clicked. Friends toasted her flower shop's kindness, her soup deliveries during storms. I'd been blind, she says, eyes misty. My life wasn't less, it was mine. Psychologists call this narrative identity, a gift of age, seeing your story's worth without a rival's shadow. You don't see their sleepless nights or silent aches. Comparison's a mirage. Letting it go? That's peace. Raw, real, yours. Ever felt your path shine without a mirror to someone else? What shifted for you? 4. Forcing your body too far. Once pushing past pain was a badge, knees creaking, back howling, but you kept going. Strength meant ignoring the signals. Past 70, wisdom whispers a better way. Meet Walter, 81, a carpenter from Maine whose hands still smell of pine. He'd lug beams alone, scoffing at help. I'd rather break than bend, he'd say, until a ladder slip cracked his hip. Bedbound, he raged until his therapist, a wiry woman named June, reframed it. Rest isn't defeat, she said. It's how champions endure. Now Walter delegates heavy lifts, sits at picnics with a cushion, swims instead of runs. I'm not done, he insists, water beading on his brow. I'm smarter. Science agrees. Rest heals, reduces inflammation, keeps you sharp. It's not less life, it's more paced right. Your bodies hold you through 7 decades. Partner with it. What could you ease up on today? How might that feel? 5. Clinging to old resentments. A grudge feels like armor, safe, righteous. That fight with your brother, a friend's betrayal, it's a story you know by heart. But past 70, you see, it's a cage and you hold the key. Take Grace, 79, a quilter from Colorado. She and her sister May went silent for 22 years over their mom's care. I was right, Grace would mutter, stitching fury into every square. Then May's letter arrived after Grace's husband died. Simple, tender, full of forgotten summers. I cried, Grace says, needle still. We'd lost so much to pride. Coffee led to dinners, no rehashing, just presence. Studies show grudges spike cortisol, Forgiveness heals, literally unburdening your heart. It's not excusing pain, it's freeing yourself. Grace did it for her, not May. What grudge weighs you down? What's one step toward peace? 6. Dwelling on what might have been. Regrets a shadow. Missed jobs, harsh words, roads untaken. Past 70, it softens. You rewrite the story. Peter, 83, a fisherman from Florida, rude skipping a big job overseas. I chose safety, he'd sigh, nets tangling. Then, at his grandson's wedding, laughter, faces he'd nurtured, he saw it. This is my wealth, he says, salt in his voice, not what I missed. Brains age into grace. Less self-blame, more meaning. Try it. Ask a regret, what did you teach me? Peter's steadiness grew from that choice. What regret could you reframe? What wisdom did it build? 7. Racing someone else's clock. Life hands us a script. Degree by 22, retire at 65. Stray and you're late. Past 70, you toss it. Joy has no deadline. Take Arthur, 84, a clerk from Illinois who dreamed of sculpting. Kids, work, parents, always later. After his wife passed, grief crushed him. His doctor scribbled, "Sculpt twice a week." Now clay coats his hands. Figures line his porch. I'm no pro, he chuckles, but I'm alive. Science says new paths spark brain growth. No age limit. It's never too late for art, love, healing. What's your heart nudging you toward? Why not now? 8. Proving you're still young. Ever feel you must sprint to dodge old? Past 70, you see, youth isn't the prize, life is. Meet Vivian, 82, a baker from Arizona. She'd jog despite aching hips, dye her hair jet black, chasing 50. Then at a market, a girl admired her silver braid. It's stunning, she said. Vivian paused, then ditched the dye. I'm not 50, she says, kneading dough. I'm 82, and it's rich. Psychologically, it's freedom. Embracing now, not then. Medically, it's health. Stress drops when you stop pretending. Vivian bakes, walks slow, savors. What young thing could you release? What's the gift of being you right now? Final thoughts. Your earned lightness. 8 burdens laid down like stones from a pack. This isn't shrinking, it's soaring. Science says age refines us. Seniors say it frees us. You've danced through decades. Let go of others' scripts, grudges, rush. What hit you deepest? Tell me below. I'm here, listening. Subscribe if it resonates, because past 70, you're not winding down. You're waking up to peace, to joy, to you.